tape. Let's dive into the tape.
Mike Rupp with a Yager-like salute.
Roll the tape.
Rupp with a shot. He's gone.
2 goals for Mike Rupp.
Look at him go. Tape to tape. Let's diggity dive right into the tape. All right, well, diggity diving is what the Tampa Bay Lightning have been doing, buddy. Because they started off this season not so good, and then all of a sudden now they seem like the cream of the crop in the Eastern Conference. And it was kind of like, how did they change this narrative so quickly? We just got these numbers that are kind of crazy, too. I want to park a couple things because there's a lot. It's not just one thing that's all of a sudden turned their season around. In the last 7 games, you've had Gensel, Kucherov, Hagel, and Radish. All 4 of those players combined for 50 points. Yeah. So, like, that's your offense. Like, that, Brandon Hagel was on one of the best runs we've seen in quite some time and what he's been doing. So, there's that. I want to park that. But then we got to look at who's been out of the lineup, especially on the back end, because this is where it gets real challenging for me because you're missing Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonagh, Eric Chernak, a combined 26-31 in games played in the regular season, plus another 450 in the playoffs, 6 Stanley Cups, 1 Norris Trophy, 1 Conn Smythe. That's a lot on the back end, B. You play with some of these guys. Like, you can't expect to get better when these guys are out.
No, and Ryan McDonagh is just a human eraser in the defensive zone. He gobbles up everything. He's an unbelievable hockey player. We get to play with him in New York. Victor Hedman's the same way, and then he adds 60 to 80 points a year offensively. And by the way, both those guys play over 20 minutes, and Victor's closer to 30. So, yeah, that's your captain and an assistant captain are both out. There's some leadership there. Chernak's proven to be this just heartbeat kind of guy, right? He can get involved offensively, but he cleans people out. He plays a physical brand. That's 3 really important, big, strong defensemen that they're missing.
No, you would think, all right, well, who's going to get it done? Well, let's take a look at this list of players that are getting it done on the back end because it is very impressive. And these are the games played for these players. So we talk about, I think Ryan McDonagh's got like 1,100 games. All of these guys combined are 796. So J.J. Moser, more opportunity. Take advantage of it. Darren Radish, love this story. 6 years in the American Hockey League. And he's got a bomb of a shot. He's taken on, that's like their top pair.
That's their top pair.
That's their top pair.
Played over 23 minutes.
And I'll be frank with you, I'm still learning about some of these other guys. I didn't know who they were, but I've been pretty impressed.
Now, in Lilleberg, he's been sort of a thorn in everyone's side. He plays a hard brand of hockey. Steven Santini, you got to give him a lot of credit. He came up and played with the New Jersey Devils organization for a while and was in the NHL early in his career and then had to go to the American Hockey League. He's in Syracuse, has a home in Syracuse right now. He got called up, and he played phenomenal. He looked like one of the best players on the ice in that Tampa New York Rangers game.
So I want to talk on the backside of these clips, the John Cooper effect as well. But these guys are playing well connected. So we're going to get to the clips here, and this isn't all like showing everything that that D-Corps is doing, but it's a connected group. I mean, there's just some of the looks when you're playing against them that you have to see here. So the puck is actually going to be, I'll just put a little arrow. It's down here on Vinny Trocheck's stick, okay? Look what you're looking at or dealing with if you're the New York Rangers here. Like, where's his out? So you've got a guy on the strong side of the wall. So if you want to try to throw it back down and get it around to the guy behind the net, he's going to pinch that off. You've got a guy closing up top on you here. You're not going to blindly look behind yourself to Adam Fox. Like, you got no plays right here.
So, and what's interesting, if we can keep it here, is we stop it here. It's not an ideal looking picture if you're Tampa in most cases.
Because they're too much in the line.
It's straight line, but this player understands that these guys are going to do their job. He's going to the puck carrier, and his eyes are almost looking in this area because he's checking it. You're not going to let Will Cooley get to the net here.
Right.
You're not going to let a Ranger get on the inside of you here. So that's why it looks like this. And they're almost daring the Rangers to throw something in the middle because they always have their safety net. They can get to these spots on the ice because, number 1, they compete. Number 2, they win every single battle. And number 3, they all can skate really, really fast.
And they can roll this forward. So you're not going to beat us in 50-50 puck battles because that's what we do. We win those. But we're also going to outnumber you all over the ice in every situation. So even if you do win the odd one, you're not going to be able to do anything with it. This is another look right here. Again, I don't know if it's an ideal situation. I'm good with the puck watching here, but just in that straight line, like there's not enough layers here.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to have guys that are understanding responsibilities, understanding where there's some weakness and availability, and you're going to look right here. This is
Dominic James.
Dominic James, who
First-year pro.
First-year pro. You said 16 games all this year in the National Hockey League. Not even skipping a beat. He's understanding where the shot opportunity is coming from. It's right here. Well, all right, let's make a play here. It's time now to make a play because you're going to get a good opportunity for the Rangers. Bop, no problem, out of play. Like they don't have, you're not getting looks. You're not getting multiple looks. You're barely getting possession. They're on things really quickly. And how about this pinch off here? So you're coming here, you're the New York Rangers. All this is telling you, if you get this puck, just chip it by, and then it's just going to be a quick retrieval and up ice. You got nothing. You don't really have any support either.
How many times are we going to see 1, 2, 3 around?
Yeah. There's no play here except give it up and then go win a puck battle, which Tampa generally wins.
Right.
We roll this forward. And it's just they make it look so easy, and the way they're connected, and the D are connected and aggressive. So again, those weren't things like necessarily on the D, but it's the forwards helping out. I mean, we always talk about it. I know I got asked this about 100 times as a player when the backup goalie would play. Dude, is it a different mindset for you guys? Is it this and that? Well, for me, a lot of times I was Marty Brodeur, so it was different because I cheated to offense. All of us did, because it's Marty. Right. So if you get an opportunity to blow the zone, I'm blowing the zone. But when there's a backup in there, it doesn't mean I don't think the backup's capable, but we just got to dot our I's, cross our T's.
We played once every 3 months, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you know what I mean? But, like, I don't know if that's what's going on here, but you played for John Cooper.
Yes.
The buy-in he's got, the connectivity all over the ice, the fact that every time I touch the puck, I've got 3 Tampa Bay Lightning around me. Like, that's envious. Every team wants that.
Well, you know what's interesting? I'll take it back to the preseason. And we remember the back-to-back games against the Florida Panthers with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah. The squirrely ones?
The squirrely ones. A little bit of a circus. And I don't think it's an accident, Rupert, that those games played out how they played out. And the Lightning got a little slap on the wrist, and there was, you don't want every game to be like that. But the fact that John Cooper had everyone bought in, recalling guys up from Syracuse, then bringing those guys back up during the season when he didn't really have to because they did the right thing. He mentioned that Destu, he's Charles-Edouard Destu. He's a younger player in the league. He told me a story before the game that he basically had to go and put a bubble on. He got his face ripped off in one of the exchanges in that preseason game against Florida. Puts the bubble on, comes back. He showed John Cooper something there, but he showed all his teammates something there as well because he was back in the mix, getting after it after the whistle. That is a team. That is an absolute team. Those guys go to war for each other every single night. You see it in every single battle, every shift in the D zone. That's kind of the special sauce, I think, that John Cooper has brought to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they're all bought in.
Yeah, I mean, we know the talent. We kind of talked about some of the talent on the top. And
the highlight, we didn't even play the hits, man. Like the highlights that they had, Kucherov had 3 assists, Hagel with a couple goals.
But this is what's separating them from the other teams in the league. Because there are some teams, I don't want to say there's teams that have Nikita Kucherovs because he's kind of one of a kind. Yeah. But they've got a lot of really special players. But what is more special that they have above everybody else, what seems like right now, they're doing that. Yeah. Those types of things will give them a chance to win every single night. And they kind of have been winning every single night.